Well, in a society that actively promotes diet culture, a lot of nutritionists and holistic coaches are now working to promote a healthier alternative. It's called intuitive eating.
It's a lifestyle that's based on an intuition driven approach to food. It's really interesting. Here now with us is registered dietitian and founder of Find Food Freedom, Sam Previtt. Sam, explain to us, for those who don't know, what intuitive eating means in the first place.
Yes, so it is a self-care eating framework. It is not a diet, and it integrates your instinct, your emotion, and rational thought. There are 10 defined principles, over 140 studies, so it's evidence-based, and it's a weight-neutral approach to eating.
So it's not about weight loss, right?
No,
You're saying
not
weight
at
neutral.
all.
It's about eating what's good for you.
That's a great question. So it's so hard because we think everything is related to diet culture, and that's how our brains are programmed to think.
Right.
So it's very different from diet culture because actual intentional weight loss is not the goal whatsoever. When you're dieting, the only thing we're focused on is, am I shrinking my body, right? Am I losing weight? But with intuitive eating, we're actually focused on, do I feel pleasant in my body physically, emotionally, mentally?
Yeah, you mentioned the 10 principles. We've got 5 of the principles up there. Talk us through.
Yeah, so the first step is rejecting the diet mentality. We have to say, okay, I'm not dieting anymore, right? It doesn't help me. It's actually harming me. I don't feel good. Then we also have to look at, okay, am I honoring my hunger?
Yeah.
As humans.
What does that mean?
Right?
Listen to your hunger?
Isn't that crazy? Because in diet culture, we've been conditioned to fight through the hunger, have more discipline, have more willpower, right? I'm sure you ladies have heard this before. So it's actually eating when you're hungry and listening to that.
And not eating when you're not hungry.
So that's a great point.
Yeah.
So actually, yes, we want to respect our fullness, and when we're full, be able to say no. That's a part of food freedom. But it's also being able to know that we're human and we're going to eat past like a comfortable fullness sometimes, and that's okay. Like if we're out with our girlfriends having a good time, it's like, I know I'm full, but I want to enjoy this because I'm having fun. That's okay too.
How do you recognize these signs and get out of the unhealthy habit of ignoring your hunger, or eating because you're stressed or eating because you're upset? How do you actually welcome this intuitive eating practice? Like, how does it look like for
Practically, yeah. So it's recognizing these things that we've been taught were beliefs that were somewhere drilled into us. They came from somewhere, right? So we have that little voice in our head saying, you shouldn't be eating that. You're a bad person for eating that. It's recognizing that that voice is not you. Challenging the food police. That was one of those principles on the screen. So fighting back to that voice and saying, I deserve food. I'm a human being. I can eat this. I am safe. Allowing yourself to say these mantras out loud when you're eating, if you're in a safe space, can be really helpful.
It sounds like a real mental shift, right? And it also, to me, sounds like it might be really hard because you got a lot of self-discipline to do.
Absolutely. The clients I work with have been dieting for 20 plus years. And so it's a lot of awareness, a lot of shifting our intentions as well, and recognizing I'm doing this because I want to feel pleasant in my life. I want to enjoy my life. Life is so much more than trying to shrink your body.
So let's say you wake up and you're not normally hungry in the morning, so you don't eat. But what if you're starving in the morning? Then you do eat. But there's got to be a degree of nutrition to it in terms of the types of food you choose, right?
Well, so gentle nutrition is the 10th and final principle. So of course we increase our nutrient density if we want to. But principle number 3, making peace with food, is knowing that you have unconditional permission to eat all foods. So all foods fit. That doesn't mean you're going to be eating the cake, the pizza, the cookies all the time, but they're allowed to be there, just like the nutrient-dense foods as well.
It's so interesting because it's not sort of like a no carbs ever.
Yes, there's no rules. And that's what makes it so nuanced and so difficult to grasp sometimes.
And how do you make sure you're healthy?
You trust yourself. And I think that as women and as human beings, we've been told to listen to the meal plans, the calorie counts, the restrictions, but you actually learn how to trust those instincts that we all have.
All right. Registered dietitian and founder of Find Food Freedom, Sam Previtt, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, ladies.
You're watching NBC News Daily.